everybody, it's Dr. Joe, and today I'm going to show you the top 7 ways to relieve pain and soreness for runners. So let's get started. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you click on the subscribe button down here. So just to start off, do you like my calf sleeves? I'm going to talk about those a little bit later. So I'm not going to call this number 1, but you should always warm up before you go running or do any kind of exercises. If you don't have an injury, you can do like me. Usually what I do is just a 2 to 3 minute really fast-paced walk just to get those muscles warmed up. But if you do have a specific injury, you probably want to do that walking fast to warm up and then stretch out whatever injury you have. But for me, I can just kind of go right into my run, and I do my stretches after I run because everything's nice and warmed up. So just to let you all know, I would never consider myself a runner. I do run, but I'm not a fanatic. I do it for exercise. My style is probably pretty terrible, but I do run. So I make sure and stretch afterwards. So the first stretch is going to be just a calf stretch. You really want to stretch out those calves because they get worked a lot while you're running. You can stretch your calves a whole lot of different ways. A lot of times if I have a curb somewhere after I've been running, I'll stretch off the step. But if you don't, the easiest way to stretch your calf if you don't have anything to use is just put that one foot back, put the other one in the front. If you need to hold on to something, you can, but make sure your toes are pointed forward and then just lean forward, keeping that back heel down and keeping the leg fairly straight. So I'm getting a stretch through that calf area right there. You want to hold those stretches. Normally you want to hold them for about 30 seconds, especially if you have an injury. If you're doing a cool down, you can hold the stretch for 15 to 20 seconds because you're going to do probably 2 on each side. So I do that 10, 15, 20 seconds. It just doesn't have to be a long hold. You're just trying to get everything stretched back out after you do your run or your workout, and making sure you do both sides. But again, make sure you keep those feet fairly forward. You don't want to turn your foot out to the side because then you're not stretching your calf anymore. And then keep that back heel down and lean forward and get a nice good stretch there. So then you would repeat those again on each side. Then the next one is your anterior tibialis. We're going to stretch those out. And that's when people get shin splints. If you hear about shin splints, that's usually the irritated area there. So a really easy way to stretch that. Again, you can stretch it a whole bunch of different ways, but what I like to do, because I don't want to get down on the ground right after I've run because I'm warm and I'm hot and I want to keep moving a little bit, is just put your toes down on the floor, the ground outside. So you don't have to drag it or anything, but you're just putting it down so you're getting that stretch in the front area. And what I like to do is just roll my foot a little bit so I get the outside portion and then come back and get the inside portion. Now sometimes after you've run for a little bit, this might make your foot cramp a little, so don't feel like you have to push hard. Again, you're just trying to stretch those muscles back out after you've run to prevent the tightening up, prevent any kind of scarring or anything like that. So you're just kind of getting that stretch back out. So again, 15 seconds is a good amount, and then just twice on each side, kind of rolling it back and forth. So the third thing is using calf sleeves. The folks at MD sent me some awesome calf sleeves that they have. These are really cool because especially if you're running, their little logo on the back is reflective. So if you run early in the morning or later in the evening, that's just a nice safe way where people can see you with the reflective on the end. But what's cool about these is they're not socks. They're actually just calf sleeves, so you can see. And what it does is it gives that compression on the calf area, and that helps work as a natural pump to kind of get that circulation going, move that soreness, irritation out of the legs, because a lot of that just follows gravity. And it helps prevent things like shin splints, calf soreness, tightness, all those kind of things in this area. So it's really great. I like it. Some people say, well, why would you just want the calf sleeve versus maybe a whole compression sock? Well, a lot of reasons. Maybe you have a favorite pair of socks that you like and you want to use those. This allows you to kind of use the socks that you want. I know some people don't like this material on their feet. They want cotton socks or something like that, and this is great to have because you can do that. Also, if you're doing another sport, something like maybe martial arts where you want to be barefoot because you want to have that grip of your feet, then you can use these, still get that great compression, but have your feet bare to do what you need to do to grip on the ground. So there's a lot of reasons why you might just want the sleeve, but I like it because you know me, I like socks, and then I can still wear my favorite socks but get some good compression with it. So if you're interested in purchasing these, make sure and click on the link up here. So the fourth stretch will be a quad stretch. So again, when you're running, you're pumping those muscles, the quads are used a lot as well, so it's really great to stretch those. I like to stretch, again, just standing. You can do them lying down and in other positions, but this one's a good one to hold on to something if you need to or if you don't have great balance, because you're just gonna grab your foot. See, you have to have good balance. But the key to this is make sure that your thigh is pretty much straight down. If you're stretching like this, you're not really stretching that quad. So you really want it to be back down or slightly back a little bit, because then that's going to get your hip flexors as well. So it can be kind of a combination stretch. But usually you can stretch a little bit more if you have something to hold on to, if you've got a little bit of balance issues. But again, it doesn't have to be the full 30-second stretch for these. You can just do 15, 2 on each side. But the closer you get your foot to your bottom, the more of a stretch you'll get. But keep your body upright, because again, if you're bending forward like this, you're not going to get a really good stretch. You want that upper body to be nice and straight. And then just grab and pull as far as you comfortably can and get that nice quad stretch in there. So then the next one is going to be for your adductors on the inside. And a lot of times that groin area will get a little irritated because that's connected to those hips, and those get really tight as well. And I think people sometimes forget these. So an easy one to do for this is just spread your feet out a little bit, and then you're going to lean to the side. So bending one side, and then you're going to stretch this area. Same kind of thing. If you keep your body upright, you're going to get much more of a stretch, but try not to bend your knee way in front of your toes, because then you're going to put a lot of pressure there. So trying to keep everything upright and then just kind of lean over. Again, keeping your feet forward, because if you turn your foot out, you're not getting those adductors stretch. So again, just about a 15, maybe 20-second stretch. For me, my adductor gets a little bit tighter because I do have some hip issues sometimes. So I like to do this one a little bit longer and stretch it a little bit more. But again, 15 seconds, 20 seconds should do twice on each side. So the sixth one is going to be your hamstrings. So again, hamstrings are always important. A lot of times people get hamstring strains. And so the easiest one for me is just feet about shoulder width apart. They don't have to be together. And you're just going to go down. But the key is keep your back straight. You don't want to curl down and try and touch your toes like this. You want to keep your back straight and just bend at your hips. So even here, if I'm keeping my back fairly straight, I'm getting more of a stretch than curling my back down. So you can go further, but really try and keep that back straight while you're doing it. And so you can hold on to your shins here. If you can keep your back pretty straight, you can go all the way down to your toes. And again, just 15 to 20 seconds, 2 times should be a pretty good stretch. And then the last one is going to be for your IT band, but I like this one because it kind of gets your QL, your arms, and a little bit of everything. And so I like this one to be last because it's a nice, good kind of whole body stretch. So for this one, the side you're going to stretch, take that foot and put it behind the other one. Then take the hand of that side and reach it across your body. So you should feel the stretch all the way through here. And the key is the more you push your hip away, the more stretch you'll feel. Now, sometimes people don't feel this a whole lot with their IT band, but the way you can change that, because it's different for everybody, is kind of change the foot placement. So if I move it maybe out a little bit more and then put my foot down, I might feel that a little bit better, getting that stretch, pushing over. Sometimes people feel it a little bit better if their foot's a little further back and stretch it as well. So it might just be something where you want to just try a couple different positions of your foot. But when I stretch like this, I feel it going all the way down. So it's a nice way to kind of end and get a whole body stretch when you're doing it. So again, 15 to 20 seconds, 2 on each side. So there you have it. Those were your top 7 ways to help prevent pain and soreness for runners. If you're interested in purchasing the calf sleeves by MD, make sure you click on the link up here. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking down here. And remember, be safe, keep those calves happy, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.